is about the Bucs defense. Statistically, it's really good. It's giving up like 15 points per game on the road. A lot of familiar faces from the Super Bowl. What are the strengths and weaknesses? How good is this unit? What are the strengths and weaknesses?
It's definitely a very good, I would say top half of the league easy, top 10. I think you make that argument. And I think the biggest strength for this Buccaneers defense is versatility. They have some very talented defensive linemen or other that can both impact the run, but can also impact the pass rush when needed. And then, of course, they've got, the linebackers behind them. Devin White and Levante David are versatile enough to play in pass coverage, also assault the run game, and then pressure the quarterback as well. And really, when you look at the safeties, I mean, they've got a solid combination of safeties if and when they're available, and that's kind of the key is having all of those guys available so that when Todd Bowles sees what the opponent, obviously he's going to have his expectations for what the opponent's going to do, but when he sees what they're actually doing in real time, if he needs to make an adjustment, there's kind of a guy to fill whatever hole. If they're maybe running a little faster than we expected them to, we've got a guy we can throw on the field that has some speed. If they're more physical than we expected, we've got a guy that can bring the physicality and be able to plug those holes. So I think that's really their biggest strength is the versatility. Even with some of the injuries, losing Shaquille Barrett specifically has been huge, and then some of the safeties that are banged up, they've still kind of been able to maintain that. I'm a little bit worried with the potential status of the safeties if they're going to be able to continue that trend here against San Francisco 49ers, but we'll just kind of have to see what they can accomplish. Their weaknesses, I would say, is some of the inexperience, not just in the system. So they've got Logan Ryan is new, Keanu Neal is new. Some other guys are getting a bigger workload because of the injuries, but also just inexperience in the National Football League. Zion McCollum, rookie cornerback, he's got a lot of promise. You know what I mean? There's a lot of potential there, but the potential is not met with the play on the field as of yet, and he's getting exposed in some opportunities or some situations where he's having to play more than you would like him to. Sean Murphy-Bunting, the cornerback that missed the last game against the New Orleans Saints, a lot of those missed plays that led to 5 explosive passes for New Orleans were really kind of a result of that lack of experience in the system and then even in the league.
Okay, I really respect Todd Bowles. He used to be in the NFC West. I've seen him coach a long time. He's what I consider one of the better defensive coaches in the league. And what the Niners showed last week on offense, they scored 33. I think they scored 7 on defense. The Dolphins actually showed some things on defense. They kept getting pressure by blitzing. They did a lot of zero blitzes. They injured Jimmy Garoppolo. They kept getting free rushers against the Niners. And they were simultaneously anticipating and covering the hot routes. So Brock Purdy comes in and he made a few plays, made a few guys miss, made a few throws while taking hits. It seems like the Niners haven't necessarily found a schematic solution yet to this problem. And the Todd Bowles, I remember, would be very aggressive with his pressures, especially against a team that's shown this weakness and a rookie quarterback making his first career start. Are these fair assumptions? What do you expect from Todd Bowles against Brock Purdy?
Oh, I expect Todd Bowles to bring a lot of pressure to Purdy and try to disguise it in as many ways as he can. I mean, we've seen some safety blitzes over the A gap, and we've seen safeties line up over the nose, or as the nose. I mean, that there's going to be a lot of things that Brock Purdy is about to see that he probably didn't anticipate seeing in his first NFL start. And we're going to see how he stands up to it, But I think give Kyle Shanahan and that coach staff, obviously, they're established the way they are for a reason. They're very intelligent. I'm sure that those other quarterbacks are kind of giving him as much help as they can to get him ready for this. And I think, I expect, and I'm sure Todd expects, to see a lot of left and right movement from the 49ers offense to try to help kind of spell some of that out. But I think that, you're going to see some corner blitzes where guys dumping out over where the corner used to be. So you can try to catch them in the, everybody always wants to say throw where the blitz is coming from. Well, Todd Bowles has a way of masking that and putting a guy right there in that hole where you're going to try to throw the ball and try to take advantage of that. So I'm sure you're going to see a lot of things from Todd Bowles here, trying to have some fun with this matchup.
That's what's so crazy about Brock Purdy entering this game. I mean, it's week 14. There's not enough hours in the day to show him on the field all the looks that the Bucs could potentially present on defense. Legendary Answers Niners wants to know, how effective is Vita Vea going to be on Sunday?
That's a really great question, and I feel like, honestly, I could see Todd Bowles doing a lot of things with Vita Vea. It's the weirdest thing for me to see from the Buccaneers defense, seeing Vita Vea drop off in coverage, but you do see it every once in a while, and it's a little weird. But sometimes he likes to use Vita to kind of set up a shift or kind of say, okay, we're going to make them kind of shift their protection to go this way or that way by overloading one side or the other and try and get those mismatches. So it may not necessarily be Vita Vea himself making the play or even hitting the stat box, but so much how other guys can play off of him. So if you're paying really close attention, you might see some Buccaneers play off of Vita Vea and get the sack, get the play, get the tackle for loss or the sack, but not necessarily Vita himself making the play, so to speak, because of the way that they're going to utilize him to draw that attention that they know the 49ers have to pay to him.